Hey YouTubers, I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion video I did with Rakurai Network a couple weeks ago. Before this video starts, you should really pause the video and go check his link in the description below. Go to his channel and make sure to check out all of his content. The guy makes some really awesome and very insightful Dragon Ball Super content, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed if you check him out. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy the video.
What is up, guys? It is Rakurai here, bringing you guys a brand new video today, and I have a very special guest with me today. Everyone, please welcome Mark from Real to Real Productions. Say what's up, man.
What's up, man? I don't think I'm very special, but thanks for the compliment.
Dude, don't say that, bro. Like, okay. In the description below, if I don't forget, and if I forget, I'm pretty sure that one of you loyal friends of mine in the comments will call me out and say you are an idiot, you should have put this in the description. I'm gonna link every single collab video that Real to Real and I have done, and I definitely want you guys, if for some reason you have not subscribed to Real to Real Productions, if for some reason you haven't, go ahead and do that right now. Pause the video and just go check him out, like, right now, because this man has been helping me so much with my own content and stuff too, so he definitely deserves some love. I seriously mean that. So today, guys, we just got back from recording a video about, videos about who's going to defeat who's going to win against who. But today we want to kind of mix up the formula a little bit. And today we actually want to talk about the potential team-ups in the Tournament of Power. And I'm not talking about, the basic stuff like, oh, Goku and Vegeta are going to team up. I'm not talking about the like, oh, I bet Gohan and Piccolo are going to have a great team up in here. I'm talking about the inter-universe sort of team ups, so those sort of like parts in action movies where for that split second the two main people that are fighting have to fight off an entire other horde of people, and so that they can eventually fight each other at the very end of it all. Those little, like, small interactions that these two characters have that ends up making them look so cool together, but then the audience has to remember, oh wait, these two are enemies in the end. So Mark, I will let you start off. Which team up do you think is one of the major ones we could definitely see during the tournament, even if it's only for a short while?
Okay, before I start, like, thanks for the little shout out there. Like, it was smiling ear to ear right now, so it's hard for me to, like, actually concentrate. No
problem, man. No problem. Like, no, I'm sure you don't even need it, but just in case someone that subscribed to me isn't subscribed to you for whatever reason. Let's not even do that. But, like, yeah, the point is, like, getting back to the video topic, yeah, like, potential team-ups that we're gonna see, and, like, if we're saying, yeah, like, of course Goku and Vegeta would be awesome to see team up, of course Gohan and Piccolo would be awesome to see up, what could we see potentially working out in our great favor? I love, and just, like, absolutely 100%, 1000% love the idea of Goku and Hit teaming up on this thing. Yes.
Like, they're going after everyone at this point. Like,
yes.
For whatever reason, like, Goku gets cornered, and it looks like it's unfair. Which sounds like, based on the recent leaks, we won't necessarily go into those spoilers unless you feel like it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary right now. The leaks that have been posting out, and without going into huge spoilers, but potentially for everyone who's listening, yes, spoilers might be held in this video. It seems like Goku is going to be up against a tight spot, and Hit might not necessarily be helping him. But considering the fact that there are 80 fighters here, we've only seen 2 of them actually getting knocked out at this point right now. I mean, who knows how many after episode 98 that's going to be airing tomorrow by the time we're actually recording this. I don't necessarily know, but apparently Goku and Vegeta Goku and Hit, could potentially go back to back and take everyone out. Because one of the things that we saw in the last arc, the Champa arc, the tournament arc that we got before this particular tournament, is Hit became really respectful of Goku and everything that he was doing. I mean, like, obviously Goku didn't necessarily have a lot of thought and feelings for the guy when he first fought him. He's like, you know, like, you're just kind of a young guy. You don't necessarily know what's going on. I'm 1,000 years old. And Goku's like, well, I'm older than you think. and like, they fought each other. Obviously, there was a lot of chemistry there. There's a lot of respect there. And obviously, he threw the match with Monaka in order to actually allow Goku's team to actually win. You know, they had no one else left on the team at that point. So seeing Goku and Hit actually team up together instead of actually fighting each other in this particular tournament, in my opinion, would be absolutely amazing. I couldn't think of anything better.
I completely 100% agree with that. Like, that's just the thought of Goku and Hit teaming up. It's like, I can't even put it into words how awesome that would be. I feel like it'd be one of those things where it would be really, really short, maybe like a 30-second scene, or maybe they meet back to back. There's like a whole bunch of people around them and they all just take them out all at once. It'd be so short, but it would be so fulfilling at the same time. Like I can imagine all the tweets now. I can imagine the tweets, just people just like, oh my god, just people freaking out. And trust me, I'd be one of those people. I would retweet that stuff more than I retweet food, and trust me, I retweet food a lot. So believe me when I say that would be absolutely incredible. Like, oh my gosh, I would lose it. I would lose it. And on the topic of Goku, actually, my first pick was actually going to be Goku and Toppo, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would love to see that. It's one of those things where I don't think it'll happen, but I think there's a lot of reason for why it could. Because Toppo has a lot of animosity towards Goku. You know, from what we've seen already in the preliminary matches, the dude hates Goku. In the tournament, you know, Goku just walking up, you know, universal destruction and everything, but he just walks over just like, hey, Toppo, how you doing? And then Toppo's just like, get away from me, man. This is all your fault. And Toppo's just basically just had enough of Goku, pretty much. But imagine if, like, Toppo was in a tough situation and he's getting cornered by a whole bunch of people, and then Goku, of all people, shows up. And it's just like, no, you're fighting me in a second, and then just takes out everybody along with Toppo. Like, that's definitely the way I could see it playing out, for sure. It's one of those more like pipe dreams, I would say, that I have for this arc. But I would love it. So what are your thoughts on that, actually?
Oh my god, like, I hadn't even thought about that, but just picture this, alright? Just off the top of my head, just picture this. So what we get is Toppo's in a tough spot. Or at the very least, we've seen Universe 3, Universe 4 is doing something dastardly because they haven't actually seen two of their fighters. In fact, Goku, it was mentioned that they haven't seen two of their fighters. The only one who actually even sensed them was Ten Shinhan, because he was the only one who actually said anything about it. It was like, no, there's faint presence and stuff. So obviously there are universes, and obviously they also hinted to this when the gods of destruction were actually talking to each other. It's like, well, you're not going to cheat, right? You're not going to cheat, you're right? You're not going to cheat, right? But it's obvious that, like, considering what we saw from Universe 4 and Universe 9, they are going to be cheating at some level. I think at some level, every single universe, probably besides Universe 10, is going to be cheating at some level. And one thing we've known about Toppo at this point is Toppo is just so focused on the concept of everything is just, everything is reasonable. Justice. Like, we don't necessarily break the rules. Yeah, like, justice! Like, he's basically the Batman of Universe 11. So the thing is like, I love that idea. If there's this slow realization, because one of the things I've always argued about on my channel is I want, at some level, Universe 9, you know, after they get all eliminated, and Botamo to be like, you know what, I'm voting for Goku now. I'm rooting for Goku, because we've already seen that kind of play out, where it's like, you root for your team, and if he starts rooting for the team that he was initially against, and he got everyone else against, that would be kind of a Rocky IV moment. But what if instead of Botamo, it's actually Toppo, what you're saying here, But it's not when Topo's actually out of the fight. It's when he's actually in the fight. He realizes that Goku was the guy who just wanted to have a good time. And there are all these other people who are breaking the rules and being incredibly evil and backstabbing and all this other stuff. And Goku and him step up against it together. And when Topo feels like it's time to actually step up and make a scene about this, like, you can't do this, it's all about justice, we need to be loyal and God-fearing and all this other stuff, Goku steps up and maybe for completely other reasons, but also goes, you broke the rules, I'm going to take you out. And they find that common ground there, and then everyone starts changing their minds. I gotta admit, man, that is epic. I didn't even think about that. I am super fucking pumped for that to actually happen.
I would, oh my gosh. And in a way, actually, and I know that I somehow find a way to sneak Frieza into every video that we do, but I almost feel like that's what Frieza's role in all this is. Like, I feel like Frieza is meant to show, to some degree, to show Topo, even though he's on Team Universe 7, he's meant to literally show that contrast between, okay, Goku, I think he's evil. He's the start of all this, obviously. He looks evil, but this freaking Frieza guy, like this guy's on an entirely different level of evil. And then he eventually realizes that, you know, maybe malevolence is a relative thing, or maybe it's somewhere on that level. But that's another place where I could see Frieza picking up there. And who knows, depending on what ends up happening in this tournament, maybe they go toe-to-toe with Frieza at some point. We just don't know at the moment. And there's just, but yeah, that Topo and Goku potential interaction there is just, oh, it's just something of dreams, man. Something of dreams.
It is. Like, I gotta admit, like, I wasn't thinking about that, but you got me excited just considering the fact that Topo sees the world so black and white.
Who's your next pick, you would say, in terms of the next potential team up that we could potentially see?
Oh, man, it's hard. Like, honestly, I think before all this is said and done, I don't think this requires just as much conversations as the last two, but I personally think that we need to see, at least as it were, we need to see 18 and 17 team up again, because one of the things that Super has done, even just remotely, Super has made the History of Trunks timeline special, which wasn't necessarily, I guess it was based on canon events from the original manga, but considering the fact that they showed it in this context of the show, considering the fact that the whole Future Trunks arc kind of predicated itself on it, the History of Trunks special, at least, is canon. The events of that special are canon. So we got to see, at least in that special, 17 and 18 fighting together, and we haven't necessarily gotten to see that in a real way in this particular tournament. And I feel like that's one of the things a lot of people are really wanting and hoping to see going into this tournament. I want to see it. I want to see them, a brother-sister bond, a brother-sister combo attack or something in order to take out someone. Maybe not Jira, maybe not Hit or Topo or anyone else really that important, but at least someone, maybe Pride Trooper level, maybe someone in Universe 2 or something that we don't necessarily know, but we know where they're at. That would be cool to me.
Yeah, I would love that. Again, that's something I didn't think of, honestly. Like, the 17 and 18 have had so many great interactions during this entire series. Like, by far two of my favorite moments in Super as of this moment are when Future Trunks meets 18 in the present and meets, you know, Krillin and their entire family up until that point. It was just such a heartwarming moment. And then probably, I'm not gonna lie, probably my #1 favorite moment in Dragon Ball Super as of this point is probably when Android 17 and Piccolo meet up, and, you know, they start, like, Piccolo takes off his turban, and then 17 starts, you know, rolling up his sleeves. Now it's like, oh crap, they're gonna fight. And then eventually they shake hands, and I'm just like, yo, that was so awesome. Like, and these two have had so many great interactions. Seeing them interact together again, you know, aside from death threats for mispronouncing Marin's name, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would love to see that. But that'd be a good combo. They're a very good, powerful combo. But I'm gonna bring up what could potentially be the most deadly combo in this entire tournament. I'm pretty sure there is a 0.01% chance of this happening. There is a less chance of this happening than you pulling LR Gohan, unless your name is Rhyme Style. I'm going to say right now, what if we saw a Hit and Jiren combo in this tournament? Like, there's such a small possibility for it, just from what we know. But those two teaming up, because their personalities dang near exactly the same, if we really think hard about this, because they both seem fairly apathetic, aside from the fact that, Jiren obviously has no respect for Goku, because, we can imagine Toppo told him everything. But these two are probably, they're so fast, they're so swift with it, they literally just waste no time. These two as a combo in the Tournament of Power, I can't even fathom the amount of bodying that would take place in this tournament by those two alone. Like, that would be ridiculous. Let me get your thoughts on that, man, because that would be dope.
I don't even know where to begin. Oh my god. Like, okay, first of all, that's crazy. I don't necessarily think that that's ever going to happen.
Neither do I. It's just so... it's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream.
It would be cool. It would be cool because, honestly, like you said before, like, they have just such nonchalant personalities. It's like, I'm here for one thing. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum type of personality. Like, that is Hit and Jiren. So seeing them team up shouldn't be, at least on the surface, it shouldn't be as jarring as when you first say it. It's like, that shouldn't be something that actually happens. But when you start thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I mean, I can imagine that, like, they don't necessarily hate each other and they want the same thing. Like, obviously, they would kind of be also smart enough to understand that they don't necessarily need to fight each other at one point. Like, let the other person wear themselves out first, so don't necessarily fight each other. So whether or not they're actually fighting with each other or in a combination with actually fighting each other is irrelevant to the point, as long as they're allowing each other to actually fight without interrupting the fight with each other. The only thing I just don't see it happening for the most part, because literally Jiren is sitting there waiting for someone to fight him, not like, literally people are running away from him. At least is what we see at this point.
True.
They are not fighting him. Hit is someone, at least in my opinion, who would approach Jiren as like, well, screw you, I'll kill you. And it's like, well, no, and then, like, they fight together, like, they fight each other, not necessarily they fight together.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. Having them fight with each other is, like, mind-blowing. I think, honestly, if that were to happen, at least in my opinion, without ever getting to think about that before you actually brought it up, I think there would be no Tournament of Power. I think everyone would be done. I think everyone would be done. There would be no one fighting any of these guys if Hit and Jiren, for whatever reason, decided to team up. The Tournament of Power would be done.
Oh, it would just be a massacre, bro. It would just be a freaking... it would be a massacre. Like, I can't even... I can't even fathom. But, actually, as I let you go into your next prediction, I actually want to ask, like, do you think that potentially anyone from... Because I don't know how I've forgotten completely about them until now. What are the possibilities you think between, like, Universe 6 and other potential players in the tournament as well?
You mean in terms of them actually fighting with other people, or...
Like, yeah, in terms of, like, maybe like a Kaba and Vegeta team up and stuff like that. Oh,
you know what? I wasn't necessarily going to go there with my next pick, but I could see that actually happening. One of the things that Kaba is going to just kind of fret with, I'm sure, is the fact that spoilers and leaks that we've gotten, without interrupting anyone, you've been fairly warned, like I said at the beginning of this video. Like, it sounds like Vegeta's gonna go after Universe 6, and considering everything that we've seen from Universe 6 and Kaba's character in general, he has a high, I guess, respect for Vegeta. So seeing who he considers his master, for the most part, taking out his entire universe, it's going to be interesting to see, like, if that would ever even happen. Again, I don't necessarily think it's going to happen, but it would be really cool if Vegeta, for whatever reason, stops taking out Universe 6 and decides that the real enemy is Universe 11, or the real enemy is Universe 2, or someone else, that Kaba and him have to team up, and then we get to see Kaba and Vegeta go off against someone like Toppo or Jiren or any of the other Pride Troopers would be really interesting.
Yeah, that would. And something else I just thought of too. This is kind of slightly off topic here, but it just made me think back to like in the Universe 6 tournament, like the reason why Kaba eventually transformed was because Vegeta was saying, like, you know, I'm going to destroy your entire planet. And then off of him simply saying that, Kaba just got triggered and he just had enough. But thinking about the possibility of, like, him being the reason why their universe could be destroyed, that's just another thing, like how far Kaba could go. But again, that's neither here nor there. I could also potentially see, just because Caulifla seems so, like, you know, at first we didn't see this, because when they first showed up at the tournament, Caulifla basically was just very, I suppose, hostile towards Goku. She didn't really want anything to do with him. But we're seeing from some of these leaks, which, spoilers, like Mark said, you have been warned, but basically from what we're seeing, Caulifla seems to take a interesting sort of interest in Goku at a certain point. And it's making me think, you know, because, you know, at some point, from what we understand, it's possible she may be asking Goku, you know, oh, how do you go Super Saiyan Blue and stuff like that. So I think there is definitely potential for those two teaming up, possibly. Maybe Caulifla figures the best way for her to figure out how to tap into further levels of Saiyan power is to team up with Goku and see exactly what he does in battle. I think that would be something interesting to see, but again, that's just something, I don't know.
I don't know. Again, like, man, I didn't think of any of this. Like, one of the things I love about the Dragon Ball community is we have all these different thoughts and opinions about what makes a great team up or something like that. So honestly, I love that idea, because she wants to, at least, you know, from the leaks and spoilers that we've gotten from the TV guides and whatnot, we know for the most part that she wants to be a Super Saiyan Blue. So her having the same, like, affection for Goku the same way that Kaba has the same affection for Vegeta is understandable. So following him, getting to, I guess, mimic him and fight with him, or at least alongside him, annoying Goku, because essentially this tournament I can imagine lasting a ton of episodes.
Yes.
Not necessarily pulling itself out of the ruts until, like, you maybe like 20 or 30 episodes later. So we have enough time for them to play around with this concept, and especially considering the leaks giving us the concept that Jiren is going to take out Kale and all that stuff. I mean, again, if you didn't want it, we've warned enough time. So but like, Jiren is going to be taking out Kale. Caulifla has nothing basically to tie her down anymore. Like, Kale is her anchor for the most part. So without that there, at least unless I've missed something and completely, I'm sorry, and you can correct me, but she's going to be left without kind of a sail to go on. You know, she's not going to have a light at the end of the tunnel. So maybe following around Goku, kind of trying to learn Goku's method, trying to figure out how to go blue and all this other stuff, be basically attached to him in order to fight, would be an interesting team up, even though it's not necessarily warranted or even wanted by Goku. Would be really interesting.
Yeah, it's the thing about every single one of these speculation videos is that we've never seen something like this in Dragon Ball to this extent. We've never seen something like this. The possibility of seeing all these fighters come together and have to duke it out on this one particular stage is absolutely crazy. So, you know, with the whole, like, reusing animations and stuff like that, that didn't bother me. It's like there is a lot to look forward to in this tournament for sure. And one of those main things is seeing who's going to take out who's going to team up with who, things like that, to where, you know, I know a lot of people are still expecting a Universe 7 and Universe 6 team up at some point, but we don't really know for sure as of this point. And, you know, my point basically being, we have a long way to go Like, I don't think Mark thinks this either. And you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could think we both agree that this fight's gonna be a while. I can definitely, I think we can both agree this isn't gonna be one of those 5-episode tournaments. I mean, one episode alone was a minute, so we have a while, guys. So basically, all of this just comes down to, and of course, there may be interactions that we missed. There may be further indications of who may take out who that we missed, but it's all a matter of there's just so much going on. There's so much going on in this tournament that we just have no idea what to expect. It's you know, it's taking my breath away just thinking about the amount of stuff that could potentially go down in this tournament. That's absolutely incredible. But anyways, guys, I didn't realize that the clock has been going for so long. I had no idea. Because this man is freaking amazing to talk to. Again, just please check him out if you haven't already for some reason. But like I said, guys, leave your thoughts and opinions down below of things that we may have missed, further speculation that you may have. You know, if you agree or disagree with us, tell us why, because I'm sure we'll be in the comments, and you know, friendly discussion is always allowed. And you know, with that being said, Mark, do you have any other closing thoughts on it?
You know, for the most part, I feel like even this particular topic might even warrant a second discussion, just because there are so many other ones that are potentially so awesome to talk about that we could give it another 25-30 minutes for the most part. So I won't bog it down, at least in my opinion, for another 30 minutes per se. But honestly, I want people to tell us whether they want us to come back and talk about this in the comment section below. So with that being said, just thank you so much for having me on, honestly.
Oh, no problem, man, for real. Like he said, if you guys want to see a part 2, part 3, show me, like hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, let me know that you guys want to see this, because I'm more than willing to bringing more of this type of content to the channel and things like that, because it's so much fun to talk about. We potentially have like 40+ episodes to milk this topic, so we can keep going as long as you guys want, trust me. So if you guys want to see more parts to this, part 2, part 3, etc., let me know down below. And I promise you guys, this channel is as much yours as it is mine. So I want all of y'all's feedback to go straight into the content that I end up making. So with that being said, guys, like I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and share it amongst your friends, your family, people who you may not even know, but for some reason just want to harass them with my videos, in which case, thank you. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and God bless you guys. And thank you once again, Mark, for joining me on it.
Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem, man. And that'll be all. Peace out, everyone.